What's on the shelf? TV time. It's time for another episode. It's time to go through another shelf of my TV collection of stuff, and we'll take a look at what I've got and maybe pick that one series that I would take over all the others if I had to. Thankfully, that will never happen. But let's get into it. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new, if you've just joined us, then please consider hitting the subscribe button and maybe turning on those notifications. It does help the channel. So on today's episode, we are actually going to go through this shelf here that you can see, that one there, and take a look at the items on that shelf. And like I said, whittle it down. Now, while I'm doing this, you can sort of partake as well in, maybe you can guess along the way what you think I might pick as my favourite series. I won't give any clues. And also let me know out of these what you've seen, what you really like, and maybe what one you would take if you had that choice. Now, I love my TV collection of stuff. I really do. It's DVD, it's Blu-ray, and I wouldn't get rid of it for anything. In part because, well, there's it's very hard to get hold of again, a lot of this stuff. But yeah, so we're going to get into this shelf here. So let's delve straight in and see what we've got. So first up off of the shelf, we have season 1 of Good Omens. Michael Sheen and David Tennant. Now, Good Omens is a great series. You know, I really do enjoy it. I think it's a wonderful show. Yeah, I think it's really good. However, I didn't get into season 2. Still haven't watched season 2, and I think there's a season 3 possibly, and that's about it. But David Tennant and Michael Sheen, they do play off of each other very well. Now, when I first watched this series, I did watch it on a tablet because I was on a cruise around the Mediterranean at the time, and that's when I got to watch this series. Because when it got to its hottest, I'm not a great lover of the heat and the sun. I do burn easy. I kind of went down into the cabin for an hour and I'd watch an episode a day of that. And that's how I got through that first series. And then next up, we have the TV series, season 1 at least, of Hung, with Thomas Jane. Series in which Thomas Jane plays basically a gigolo. He's a school teacher, but he wants to make more money, so he essentially becomes a male prostitute. I think it lasted like 3 seasons. Now, I do have the other 2 seasons. They are somewhere else, but I had to bootleg them, unfortunately, because only season 1 had a physical release here in the UK, at least. I don't know how it went elsewhere. So let's continue and see what we've got on the shelf. Okay, so I got some questionable bootlegs here. Okay, so first up we have Fatal Attraction, the TV series. Then we have National Treasure. I didn't mind both of them. And then we have Fubar. I don't know, you know, some of my bootlegging I do regret. A lot of it I don't. A lot of it I really don't. You know, I've got some great stuff over there like Wildcats, Gen 13, Doomed, Powerless. What's that up there? Oh yeah. You know, there's other stuff that I don't regret, but Fubar, yeah, I do. But there we go. Can't win them all. Anyway, moving on. We have season 1 here of VIP with Pamela Anderson. This actually lasted 4 seasons, right? Now, the other seasons were very difficult for me to get hold of. So, again, I had to resort to the bootleg kind of scenario. Yeah, to get them, to finish them up. But there we go. What can you say? So, let's delve back. Let's go back to my childhood. Childhood of innocence. And here we have Airwolf. Airwolf the movie, 18 rated. Then we have Airwolf season 1, Airwolf season 2, and Airwolf season 3. Now, there is a 4th season of Airwolf, but it doesn't include this cast. It was like a sort of recast series, and it felt just completely different. And that I think you can get that somehow. I think maybe on DVD. I don't have it. Airwolf for me stops there. So there we have it. Next up, Knight Rider, the complete collection on Blu-ray. Great series. I love Knight Rider. Loved it back in the day. You know, now I do have I did show in another episode probably, I have the Knight Rider movies that follow on from this, the other TV series, that sort of stuff. I think they're down here. So yeah, here we have Knight Rider 2000, Knight Rider 2010, the movie, Team Knight Rider, bootlegged, and I also have the late 2000s Knight Rider as well. Was it 2012? Something like that era. I don't know the exact date. 2009, 2010, where you had the truck that could turn into the car, almost Transformer-esque. I do have that in this lot somewhere. So yeah, Knight Rider. Another one from the 80s and from a nostalgic era. The A-Team on Blu-ray. Who doesn't love the A-Team? George Peppard there. Dwight Schultz, is that his name? Dirk Benedict. Mr. T. B.A. Baracus. Yeah. Oh, that's series 1. I showed him in out of order. That's series 1. That's series 2. That's series 3. That's series 4. And then that's series 5. The A-Team. For your consideration. And next up we have Dexter. I'm actually revisiting now. I recently finished the 1st season. Fantastic. Really is. I really do love Dexter. I think they're great. Even that new series with the younger Dexter, that's spot on. That really is spot on. So we have Dexter there. We have Dexter season 2. Now, I don't have Dexter season 3 on Blu-ray. I have it on DVD. It's the only season I don't have on Blu-ray. I probably will rectify that sometime soon. And then we have season 4, arguably the best season of Dexter. This is the one with John Lithgow in it. John Lithgow was amazing in this series. His acting was spot on. There's a scene at the dinner table where he just flits in a second, in a blink of an eye, from being this nice family man to this just horrible, vile individual. It's really good stuff. Then we have season 5. Season 6, I think that's the one with Tom Hanks' son in it. His son. Season 7. Ray Stevenson, late Ray Stevenson, is in one of these final seasons. I can't remember if it was the very last season or the season before that, but I know Ray Stevenson did pop up. Obviously, Dexter had a bit of a dreadful ending. It did. Unfortunately, but then we did get the revival of Dexter New Blood that I have there, and later this year obviously we've got a new Dexter series coming as well. Dexter Resurrection, is it, or something? Yeah, which you know, I'm looking forward to, regardless of how good or not it is. Now moving on, we have Battlestar Galactica, the complete original series, and this includes in it Battlestar Galactica, that original 1st season, that 1st series, and also Galactica 1980, which, to be honest, Galactica 1980 is pretty damn poor, with the exception of that very last episode. Now, the very last episode of Galactica 1980 is more like an episode from the 1st season, because it focuses around the character of Starbuck and what happened with Starbuck, and it plays like Enemy Mine, you know, the film Enemy Mine with Dennis Quaid and Louis Gossett Jr., where he's stuck on the planet with the Alien, and it's same scenario of Dirk Benedict's Starbuck on a planet with a lone Cylon, and they form a friendship, a relationship, and yeah, and the Cylon actually sacrifices itself to save Starbuck when these other Cylons come along. We don't know whether Starbuck was ever saved or not, or whether he dies on their planet. Who knows? Anyway, next up we have Battlestar Galactica, the newer iteration, the newer series, and yeah, this was great. It really was. I really loved this series. I thought it was fantastic. All of them in there. Yeah, spot on. Good stuff. That was some good TV. Then we have a couple of The Plan, Battlestar Galactica The Plan, and Battlestar Galactica Blood and Chrome. Now, Battlestar Galactica Razor, the other film, is part of that box set. I think this one here was a web series, Blood and Chrome, put together as and then put together on Blu-ray as a film. Good. And moving on, we have Quantum Leap, the original Scott Bakula, Dean Stockwell era of Quantum Leap. I can recite the opening, theorising that one could time travel within his own lifetime. Dr. Sam Beckett stepped into the quantum leap accelerator and vanished. He awoke to find himself trapped in the past, facing mirror images that were not his own, and driven by an unknown force to change history for the better. His only guide on this journey is Al, an observer from his own time, who appears in the form of a hologram that only Sam can see and hear. So Dr. Beckett finds himself leaping from life to life, striving to put right what once went wrong, and hoping each time that his next leap will be the leap home. That's committed to memory, because that's how into this series I was at the time. And yeah, now as for the newer Quantum Leaps, I don't have them on physical media. It lasted 2 seasons. I didn't mind it. When it was good, it was good. When it was bad, it was bad. It always kind of teased what happened to Sam, but it just never happened. I don't think I need the newer series, as I'm happy with that. Had the newer series actually you found out what happened to Sam, I'd have been happy, but we didn't find out. Next up, and a big bone of contention with this series, not the series itself, but you'll see. So Homeland Season 1, Claire Danes. Homeland Season 2. Homeland Season 3. Season 4. Now, it was when they killed off the Damian Lewis character and the show came back without him. That was when, even though it was pretty good anyway, then it became its own thing. It was kind of stuffed down, dragged down by the Damian Lewis character. That storyline went on for way too long. And there we go. So, complete Season 5. Complete Season 6. Complete Season 7. And this is the bone of contention now, because there we have complete Season 8 bootlegged. Right, so, I know people moan about bootlegs, bootlegging, blah, 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 whatever. But here I am supporting this TV show all the way through, all on Blu-ray, all bought on Blu-ray, and then you stick your middle finger up at me and you tell me we're not giving you Season 8 on Blu-ray or on physical media at all. So, sorry, but, that's just taking the... And I understand about, sales and all this sort of a thing, but it's just taking the mick. So anyway, moving further down here, we have... I've got to get in there because it goes behind this cabinet, unfortunately. I think this is... Yeah, complete first season of House of Cards. the other ones are kicking around somewhere. There's Series 4 there. Look, Series 4's up on that shelf. Like I said, things are a bit mixed up and muddled from when I moved, and still got to sort stuff out, and yeah. So yeah, and then we have Powers with Carpo Schulte. What was his name again? Bloody hell, Carpo Schulte or something. Can't remember the geezer's name. But this lasted for 2 seasons, Powers. It's based on a comic series by Brian Michael Bendis. Yeah. Season 2 I haven't got. But there we go. There we go. Can't have them all. And then we have seasons 10 and 11 of the X-Files, the 2 mini-series that they'd done that came back, brought the X-Files back, the return of David Duchovny and Gillian Anderson. Now, I did show the X-Files several episodes ago. The big box set is down there. So I'm going to put these 2 on that shelf with where that box set sits down there. So, like I said, it's a bit tight of a space here, but let's get some out. So then we have Eva Green, Penny Dreadful. This series also starred, obviously it stars Billy. Yeah, look at it. It's, you know, you've got Timothy Dalton. Timothy Dalton was great in this. Eva Green, Rory Kinnear as Frankenstein's monster. He was very good. Billy Piper, yeah. Josh Hartnett, obviously, he's on the front. This was a good series. And Rory Kinnear, seriously, as Frankenstein's monster, he was, you know, he was great. That's the 2nd season. And then that's the 3rd season. I like that image. Yeah, it looks like a skull with a big jaw open, but it's a person sort of crouched over, holding their head. And yeah, great series. Now, this did come back as a spin-off series, set in another time, another sort of, but I never watched that. And then we have Cobra Kai season 1 and 2 and Cobra Kai season 3. Again, a travesty that they stopped Blu-ray releases of these. What a joke. Well, there we go. Yeah, there we go indeed. And then we have season 1 of The Terror. I really like this. I really dug this. Yeah, this was an anthology series. There was a series 2. There was a series 3. I think I have series 2 kicking around in here somewhere. But this one was the one for me. This one intrigued me. The story, the ice setting, all that. I like that kind of a thing, yeah. And then we have a bootleg of season 3 of From Dusk Till Dawn. Now, I do have the other ones somewhere, probably on another shelf. So I'm going to leave that one out until I come across those. Okay. So moving on. Now here we have the complete 6th season of Game of Thrones. Okay. I'm a few seasons short still. I'm not going to say much about that because I don't think Game of Thrones got much rewatchability for me, to be honest. And then we have Castle Rock, still with a label on it, from J.J. Abrams, Stephen King, complete 1st season. Yeah. There's not much I can really say about that. Oh, stepping back to the 80s, okay. We have a complete series of Bionic Woman in a digibook version like that with well, it's all in German, but there we go. Yeah, 3 seasons of that. 1 season per disc. They must be really condensed down on there. Seriously, they must be. Wow. But anyway, so moving on. Now we have Desperate Housewives. So let's have a look at them. Desperate Housewives season 1. Season 2 there. Pick these up for next to nothing now. Season 3. Season 4. Season 5. Season 6. Season 7. Season 8. Yeah, what can I say? Terry Hatcher, Eva Longoria, Felicity Huffman there. Can't remember the redhead girl's name. I really dug Desperate Housewives. I thought it was a really good show. I really did. I thought it was a good series. I really enjoyed it. What can I say? You know, so I have all of them, most definitely. Then we have seasons 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and a Christmas special of Black Mirror. That's a decent anthology show. Yeah, that's good. Then we have a kind of X-Files adjacent series. Millennium with Lance Henriksen. It's a very dark series. Very, very dark. I mean, I remember this being on at the time, and I remember kind of struggling with it in that its, you know, subject matter is very deep, very dark. Certainly not a series that I can watch in quick succession, because it's just about serial killers and him chasing serial killers and things like this. He did pop up in an episode or 2 of the X-Files as his character here. So it is set in the X-Files universe, and yeah, it's a decent show, just very, very dark. I've got a couple of films here. Okay, I have V the Final Battle. V the Final. I do have the other V's, obviously, somewhere kicking around, so I'm going to leave that one out as well. V was great. The original V's were very good. Yeah, a couple of films. Oh, the Tudors. That's the wife's, not mine. That can stay there. It's not that. Never seen it. Not interested. TV documentary Human Planet, gifted to me. And then we have Bootlegged, and this is a great series. You know, I really love Ricky Gervais and his writing. And Afterlife. This is solid. This is great. This is emotional. It's funny. It's, you know, it's deep. This is really, if you haven't seen this, seriously, very much worth a watch. And then we have Masters of the Air. Masters of the Air there. And a series of Ruby, and the others are kicking around somewhere. I got a lot of those as well. There we go. And one last TV series on this shelf, one very last one, and it's Spaced. I bought it for £2. I couldn't find my other ones, and then I did come across them, so I think I got this twice actually. Now I see my other V's. My other V's are in there. Yeah, I've got 2 copies of The Final Battle for some reason. I wonder why. There we go. Anyway, so I think my wife had them already before I came and met her. She had V. Anyway, so yeah, Spaced. Great series. Great prelude to the Cornetto trilogy. It feels like, you know, part of the Cornetto trilogy. Do you know what I mean? It really is good. But there we go. So that's everything on that shelf. There was 2 films on this shelf. Okay, so Eight-Legged Freaks DVD version, clip, you know, snap a case, and also a film called Razorblade Smile, which is a very cheap vampire film. It's part seductress, part assassin, part vampire. Seriously, it's really cheap. But there we go. So that's everything on that shelf. So you tell me, what would you take out of all those TV shows? What would be your choice? Because there's some classics in there. A-Team, Airwolf, Knight Rider. You know, you got Homeland, you got Quantum Leap's a classic. VIP might be your choice. But what would be my choice? We'll find out momentarily. All right, I'll be honest. I'll be honest here with this shelf. I'm struggling. I'm struggling because there's not one thing that stands out for me. Well, there's one show that stands out for me on that shelf, and you know, it's not Quantum Leap, it's not Knight Rider, it's, you know, Afterlife, Ricky Gervais. I think that's a very powerful series. I really do, and I'm inclined to choose that as the one on this shelf. But seriously, between things like Dexter, Desperate Housewives, Battlestar Galactica, I'm struggling to choose one. I really find that a difficult shelf to do, actually. Luckily, I don't have to pick one because I'm not losing anything because I keep them all, obviously. But yeah, I struggle for me on that one. So I'd have to go Afterlife. That's the one series that peaks above all the others, just for its sheer emotion, humour, and things like that. So let me know what you'd choose in the comments down below. And I'll see you on the next one of these in about 2 weeks, hopefully. See you later.